Hello and welcome to Coffee with Carrie. Delicious with caramel pecan syrup in it, don't you know? Appreciate you stopping by today. Talking about second dates today, a little bit earlier in the dating process. Hope you knew what was coming before you hit that play button. The question is, I'm on the fence after the first date. I don't know what to do. I guess I shouldn't go. I didn't really feel any magic or any chemistry, or there were a couple of things that I didn't really get the answers to, or there was a kind of a red flag I'm not sure about. So I guess I should just blow it off at this point, cut my losses, right? No! No, don't. If you don't know, you're thinking don't go. I'm saying if you don't know, go again and find out. Let's talk about why. First, I would have to tell you about my 5 couples in case you have not yet heard this story, this statistic, my claim to fame in my own mind. I'm a legend in my own mind. I have 5 couples, 5 clients, 3 women, 2 men who I sent out on a date. And when we did date feedback, which is a part of our dating process after the date, it asked, do you want to see this person again? What did you like? What didn't you like? More details, please. And then other stuff. What did you think about the place? And where we, what do we need to think about moving forward? Stuff like that. But the first question, do you want to see this person again? They had all said, my clients, that is, not the person I matched them with. The person I matched them with said, yes, I want to see your client again. They typed yes. And my client said no. And I said, no is not an acceptable answer. I didn't say, I don't care what you think. When I tell the story, I often say, I don't care what you think. You're going again, which is what I was thinking. But I definitely made a very strong statement to all of them in convincing them to please, please go on a second date. I had good reasons for all of them. And usually it was just that I got to know this person too. And I had a really good feeling. This wasn't just a strong match on paper. There was something extra special about this match or this person. And sometimes it's just where we are, where they are in the country, and that I'm finding somebody who's different than the other people around there. Sometimes it's that I had a really strong connection with them, and I have a strong connection with my client that I can see that together they would be good if I just left them there and backed out of it. So for 5 different reasons, I'm sure, I said, you must go on a second date. And they took me up on that request of mine, and they are all 5 together to this day, years later, married. 4 of them are married. 1, I think, has been just living together for a few years. So they would not have continued to get to know this person at all had they given up after that first date, because they didn't feel magic. Usually that was the reason. I don't really think I have chemistry. Like, I don't care if you think, you've got to find out for sure. Go again. Go do something more fun, more physical. Be out in the world and figure out which direction that's going, whether you're sure there's not chemistry and there never could be, or whether you think after a second date, oh, there's something kind of cute about them. That's going in the right direction. So if you don't know, go again. Sure, there's love at first sight. That happens sometimes. I hear about it. Don't think I've ever experienced that. I have an experience where I didn't know that there was going to be chemistry until like 4 or 5 weeks in, and then had amazing chemistry with this person. So I know firsthand that you don't have to have a definitive answer to the chemistry question on the first date, like so many people believe you have to. Now, I always tell clients this, and I would want to remind you again, that after a first date, if there were red flags flying all over the place, or a definite deal breaker of yours that became obvious that they were going to have this deal breaker, or a feeling of you don't go on a second date. Those are the 3 reasons to give up and say, it was nice to meet you, I wish you all the best, but this isn't going to be the romantic connection that we were hoping for. or a list of all the other ways that I've given you to let somebody know you don't want to go on a second date, I will put a link to that episode right here. But if there's no red flags, no deal breakers, and you're just kind of on the fence as to whether there's attraction, I urge you to remember that a lot of relationships were people who met at work. Work relationships have very often led to people being couples and being married. I know a few people like that, and I can guarantee you that when they first met on the job, it wasn't like, whoa, he's a smoke show, or she's a whoever that's appropriate for. It wasn't like, wow, he's hot when they first met. It was like, that's Dave from that department, and he's a nice guy. And then they just got to know each other more, and that continues to grow. A little flirtation happens. You're starting to look forward to going to work. Somebody makes the first move, and you're out on a date somehow. I just think that those relationships don't start with chemistry and a magical first date. They started in a much more slow build, slow burn type of a situation, and that turned into love. So who knows? If that can happen, how could we possibly say no after a first date where we don't feel we have enough information to say definitively, no, no way, I'm out of here? I am not ever going to be a person after being a matchmaker for this many years that says that chemistry and physical connection doesn't matter. It truly does. It has to be there for 98% of people. There has to be some type of a chemistry, a physical chemistry, romantic chemistry, an attraction between the people. But I will say that for some people, it does not have to be there immediately. And I would want to mention also in this episode that for a lot of people over 50, it doesn't always start as that's the main attraction on a date. It may start where this person's sense of humor, or the fact that they were so interesting, or the fact that they were so interested is the quality that makes somebody want to go on a second date, where they can then figure out that there is an attraction there that they may not have been focused on during the first date because they were nervous, or they were trying to get in all their questions, or, a million reasons that first dates can be awkward. So that's it. I just wanted to encourage you to not say no if you don't know. If you are unsure, that's the reason to go on a second date, not to blow the whole thing up and say, not for me. I hope you found this helpful and or interesting. If you did, give the episode a thumbs up. I hope that you will come back again. To make that even easier, you can subscribe to my channel. There's a ring bell down there, and if you select that, you get a notification on your phone or computer every time I upload a new episode, so you don't miss anything. I will look forward to having you back soon, and until then, thanks for being here today, and have a good one.